Hey everybody, April here from Buddha Tats and Tarot. So I'm just in love with this little corner of my desk. So I kind of felt inspired tonight to record a walkthrough of a really funky deck that I have, or not really funky, but just kind of a different deck that you don't see a whole lot about. It's definitely an indie deck that's been on my wish list for a while, and I acquired it probably, I want to say like sometime in the spring and during the pandemic. And I was so happy that I managed to get my hands on a copy of this deck. And since Halloween's right around the corner and everyone's starting to feel the spooky vibes, I thought it'd be a great idea to record a walkthrough of the Madame Lydia Wilhelmina's Tarot of Monsters and the Macabre and Autumn Scenes, or Monsters, the Macabre, and Autumn Scenes. This deck I purchased from the creator is Bethelyn Behema. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. But you can find her on Instagram at Attic Heartomancy, as I believe her handle. But yeah, I absolutely love this deck. I first saw it on Hot Macabre, that tarot account, and I had seen it and kept kind of putting off purchasing it, and then it went unavailable for a very long time. I know the deck creator did talk a little bit about how she went through a lot creating this deck in her personal life, and so it's totally understandable that this deck wasn't around. And of course, with me, I'm a sucker for a guidebook. So I did end up purchasing the guidebook with it. But I did want to share just a peek of what this deck looks like, because I think it is currently available again. And it's something that I think a lot of people would be interested in. So if you're into this style of tarot, definitely keep watching. I do just want to throw out there, like I said, I know that sometimes in the tarot community we can get a little critical of tarot creators for understandable reasons. I understand that when we're collecting decks, it can be quite expensive. So we do expect a certain level of, I don't know, I guess just quality with our products. I do just want to say, for anyone who's interested in purchasing this deck, the box isn't the greatest fit on this deck, as you can see. So I actually have a little tarot cloth that I keep this in, but I just wanted to go ahead and say that because I can see the box not properly fitting the deck being a point of contention for some. And I just wanted to point that out ahead of time, because if that's something that's going to bother you, you may just want to keep that in mind when purchasing this deck, or if you do decide to purchase this deck. But for me, it was all about the cards and the actual deck itself. I really could care less about the box. But I did just want to go ahead and share what this deck looks like. And I did go ahead and reset it. So there you have it. This is the Madame Lydia Wilhelmina's Tarot of the Monsters, the Macabre, and the Autumn Scenes. This is also called the Lydia Tarot for short. And as you can see, the backs are reversible. The cardstock is not too bad. It's nothing too fancy, and I kind of really like that. I feel like a lot of decks are coming gilded, which can sometimes be nice, but sometimes it can be kind of, I think, a little overdone and hard on the hands. But I do really like this deck. It is really comfortable to riffle shuffle. It definitely, whoops. So I do really like this deck. I have enjoyed working with it. I do have to say, I know any deck can be good for shadow work, but some people are really into decks that are specifically for shadow work. And not that this necessarily is, but this deck is an awesome deck for doing shadow work because it does kind of create that sense of like, I don't know, I think the macabre aspect can be a little tough to look at, but it also kind of pulls you in and makes you look at those things in your life that may be uncomfortable to look at, but can ultimately help you get over that hurdle in your life. Speaking of which, that's kind of what the Ten of Swords is all about. When the weight of what's on your mind, it feels like it's weighing you down, and it's just, you're almost at your breaking point, but this card is really about, being in that moment and doing what you need to do to push through in a way that offers you that new mental clarity so that you can move forward with just a refreshed perspective and thought and a little bit more understanding and mental resiliency that I think can help get you through what is lying ahead of you in life, because you've already been through a lot of things that you've survived. So just a little reading at the end there, but let me know what you guys think about this deck. I really, really love it, and I'm really glad that it is in my collection. The only downside I do have to say about this deck is, and I understand with the art style, it was not a very diverse time period, but again, this still would have been, I think that's the only thing that would have made this deck a little bit cooler, is if it just offered that diversity and there was more non-white people to look at. But again, very cool. I love the artwork. I absolutely love the readings. I don't feel like it reads exactly like the RWS. It definitely is influenced by it, but it's not a complete, I guess, clone. It does tap into other aspects of the cards that not every tarot deck does. And like I said, it does help you to look at those things that may be uncomfortable in a way that helps you to study it and ultimately accept it and just embrace it as what is, I guess. So I hope that made sense. I don't know. I hope you guys like this deck. Let me know what you think down below, and I'll talk with you guys real soon. Bye.